With Hailey's new Transcendent module, Cryogenic Cluster Shot, you now have 3 singular skills and 1 dimension skill, whereas without the module, you have 2 dimension and 2 singular skills. Why is that important? Well, you have to look at your reactor choices when making your builds nowadays. Additionally, you went from cryo rounds to cryogenic rounds. Cryo applies a cold debuff to the enemies and make them take more damage. Now with Cryogenic Cluster Shot, you apply a cold debuff that makes enemies take not only more damage, but also AoE burst damage. The way this works, when you shoot enemies marked with the cryogenic debuff, they emit an AoE effect that deals massive burst damage to other surrounding enemies. 178% burst damage is really insane. This is really good for mobbing builds, and this module comes at the right time when we now have that 400% infiltration where enemies are clumped up together. And on top of that, we have the new Scout Rifle Frost Watcher that will synergize really well with this new module. Aren't you excited? Well, it's time to go and kill Deathstalker over and over to get that Frost Watcher Scout Rifle, right? My name is Wed. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get your hands on this new Hailey Transcendent module. Now, there are a few ways that you can get your hands on this module. The way that I got mine for the first time was by combining modules. Since I know it is a Zentic type of module, what I did, I went to my All Transcendent module and then I make sure that it is on Descendant and Transcendent. And then for the Soccer type, I just went and looked for Zentic. Now, this is a trick that, using the same type of module, you have a chance to get the type of module that you are looking for. And since this is a Zentic module, then I went with that logic. And luckily, I actually got it after the first try. But this is a gambling thing, so I'm not saying you're going to get it if you try it, but it is worth a try, especially if you have a lot of Transcendent modules laying around that you are not using. I mean, you're not going to do anything with them, so you might as well. You're just going to spend some gold, and you might get lucky. That will save you some grinding time. In any case, that's for combining modules. Now, let's go to the access info to show you what the game asks you to do to actually get your hands on this. So if we go to look for the info, you can see Kingston and also Echo Swamp. Those are the 2 areas that they want you to farm, and those are the 2 missions. And then there's also combining module, which is what I just showed you. And don't forget about those invasions. Now, the invasions, when they are in this area, then take the opportunity to actually go do it. This is going to be the only time that they're going to put those modules as an availability to actually go and farm them from invasion. So if the invasion is in the Slumber Valley mission, then just make sure you go do that. So that gives you 2 chances on that invasion to actually get the module. Although it is a 2.5% chance, but it is most likely going to drop for you. You never know. And then also in Echo Swamp, if it is the invasion for the day, if the chapel mission is the invasion, then make sure you go and do it. So that gives you 2 chances to actually go, not only getting the chance to get the module, but also you getting all your benefit for completing the invasion, like gold and Kuiper or whatnot. But the regular way is to go through those missions. So if you go to Infiltration, and then we go to Kingston, and then you can see right here for the Slumber Valley, that's the regular way. So you go here and then grind the heck out of this mission. It's a 2.5% chance, but this is the way that you can get it done. And just make sure you always put the auxiliary component with an increased module drop rate. That always helps out. So that gives you a better chance to actually get this done. The other regular mission is an Echo Swamp. That means that is up all the time. You grind the hell out of this until you actually get the module. Those are the 2 ways that you're going to get this module. Like me personally, the mission that I like the most, because I tried both of them, and I like to go to the chapel instead of the Kingston one, because that Slumber Valley mission, at the end, I hate the boss where you have to avoid those ring of fire that circle you around, and if you don't get out of them, then you can get hurt. So I prefer to do this one, but they both will drop the module, whichever one you like. I do both of them like in equal amount, and it is what it is. Just the thing you can do, just make sure you keep an eye when this is the invasion. If those 2 missions are the invasion for the day, just make sure you go do them, and then you should be good to go. Now that you know how to get them, where to get them, and you have to go out there and just start the grind. But there is more grind to be done, because to make this module more beneficial is to use the new scout rifle Frost Watcher. Anytime you beat Deathstalker, then you have a chance to get one of the parts. So if you beat him 4 times and you get all 4 parts, then you can research the weapon. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.